Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham. I'm at the Melbourne leg of the RIU Resources Investor Roadshow, and I'm speaking with Paul Brennan of Ballard Mining. It's been a long couple of days. I'm starting to get a little bit slower, Paul, but things aren't slowing down for Ballard Mining. Now, you spun out of Delta Lithium. Because basically you had a gold project that, as far as I can see, deserved its own company. So is that basically what happened?
Yeah, no, I think so. I think the precursor to Delta Lithium was a company called Red Dirt Metals. They'd purchased Mount Ida for the gold. The joke being that upon purchasing the asset, they discovered lithium in the core trays. Lithium was running hot at the time, so they went and raised around 120 million. Pivoted into lithium, and whilst continuing to explore for lithium at Mount Ida, we're tripping over the gold. So there'd been a number of resource updates on the gold just associated with lithium drilling, and April this year we got to 1.1 million ounce resource base of gold, and that was deemed the elegant time to separate the commodities. Yep. Ballard as a pure gold play, Delta remains as a pure lithium play.
Yeah, I have been a bit tongue-in-cheek over the last few months. I've been saying to people that people had gold projects that turned into lithium projects that now turned into gold projects.
Yes.
But Delta Lithium with their lithium project, it's worthwhile being a single company, and now Ballard Mining with the project as well. Two separate companies.
100%, and I guess importantly with the IPO, Ballard raised $30 million, and that allows Ballard to fund its own ambition rather than relying on the balance sheet of Delta for support.
All right, the Mount Ida Gold Project, where was it when you start, and what are you doing at the moment?
We came out of starting blocks with a 1.1 million ounce resource. Of that, 930,000 ounces at 4 is at a single prospect called Baldock. We're confident that there's a mine at Baldock which would underpin the first 5 or 6 years of a mine life. It's probably not quite enough for for genuine standalone scale, which is what we're targeting. So we've got 4 drill rigs on site, and our ambition is to 12 months from now is to come out with a reserve at Baldock which underpins the first 5 or 6 years of a mine life, and with exploration success we've got a tremendous amount of exploration upside at Mount Ida. That we're starting to get visibility over a 10-year plan.
And so you're sounding quite confident in what you're doing that is going to move the project ahead.
Oh, very much so. I think it's another example of a Western Australian gold project. It's never been owned by a major, so underexplored, and with the money that we've raised, we're now able to systematically work through the 18 initial exploration targets that we've identified. We've made a discovery at the very first of those exploration targets, which is a great reward for the site-based team who've worked up those targets, and the conviction is already there. So, yeah, we are quietly confident, and as I said, over the next 12 months, we'll just make our way through that. I'm sure not every one of those targets will be calling a discovery, but it's certainly a fertile system. We know that. Yeah.
And what I also find interesting is that the market's been rewarding you too. There's plenty of companies that they'll put out good news on a project and they still don't get that traction. Now you've managed to get that traction in the market and increase your share price.
Yeah, no, it has been good, and I think there's two, or maybe 3 things that are different from a typical IPO. One is we came out of the starting blocks of the 1.1 million ounce resource. Secondly, it's the high grade. It's a 3.3 gram per tonne resource. And thirdly is our advanced permitting status. We're on granted M's, fully approved for open pit and underground mining. We've submitted a works approval to DWER to build a standalone processing plant, and we're probably a couple of weeks away from having that granted. So at that point we are fully permitted. We've ticked every box. We've got a water obstruction licence in place, native edge clearing permit. So as soon as we have the resource base that we need for an FID, the permitting box is ticked, we can execute immediately. So I think that's a key strength.
All right, well, it's onward and upward from here, and we hope to keep hearing good news and seeing good news come out from Ballard. Until then, until we meet again and have another chat. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much, Wally. We appreciate it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.